Welcome to episode 2 of the Mike Hailwood Resurrection. Today Paul and I are doing some work on getting this bike back on the road. So at the moment, or today, we're going to whip the tank off. It's got a bit of surface rust on the inside, which we seen the other day. We're going to give that a bit of a clean out. We're taking the velocity stacks off. We're going to put the original airbox back on. We're going to bleed the brakes, and all the hydraulics actually, including the clutch. The brakes are a little bit spongy, so we're going to clean all that up, get that all sorted out. And yeah, I don't think we'll be ready to fire it up today, but you never know. Anyway, stay with us. So before installing the airboxes and filters, had to remove the tank, of course. Paul had already done some preliminary work, and so it was a simple case of just pulling the tank off and give us access to the spine of the frame where the airboxes are mounted. So before we go too far, I thought I'd pull the float bowl on the carbs, just check them out. And you can see here there's a bit of varnish, so just cleaned all them out, and we'll see how things go. It's easy enough job to pull the carbs off and clean things up fully if there's issues later on. Here you can see we've taken the velocity stacks off, just putting on the ring sleeve onto the carb. This is of course where the air intake hose will go into the carb. You see the pulled the pin on the sidecars at Isle of Man.
Oh, okay. Well, no, I haven't seen that.
It didn't go on as easy as the other one. Yep. Now, of course, I didn't take the original airboxes off. They actually came in a box of bits and pieces with the bike, so I had a bit of a scratch of the head to work out which one was going where and how it was going to be mounted. Not too tricky, you'll work it out anyway if you ever have to do it. So yeah, boxes on, kept them loose so we had a bit of play for when we put the air hoses on. Okay, so I've got the air boxes on, the filters in. They look quite clean and in very good condition. So now to connect up carbs to the boxes. Rear hose, connector hose, joiner, elbow, whatever you want to call it. And here's the front one. Okay, a little bit different, of course. Anyway, I'm boiling a jug at the moment. Going to heat these up in some water, soften them up. They're reasonably firm, and we'll get these on. I highly recommend this method of softening up all your rubbers. Certainly makes the job a lot easier sliding them on. They stretch a bit easier and of course a lot more flexible. It's quite a fiddly job to do, as well as using a camera. So you can tell here I'm either using one hand holding the camera trying to push this rubber on, and that didn't work. And so you can also tell when I give the camera to Paul, I don't call us Team Wobbly for nothing. I do apologise for the lighting in these videos. The cameras do a fantastic job considering it really is a cave in there. Definitely when you're working in there it doesn't look as light as what it does in the video. So it's a bit of a cave, and the lighting does leave a bit to be desired, especially for these old eyes. Righto, we've got both airboxes on. Bit of a fiddly job, especially if you weren't the one that took them off in the first place, but we've got it worked out. We're going to get the battery off the Parabon, which is, as you know, it lives in the lounge, and we're going to use that battery here. So Yep, good to get that job done. Both airboxes on and everything's in place, so really pleased we got that job done. Another priority job is to clean out the tank. There's quite a bit of surface rust in there. So here we're just removing the fuel cocks. We'll tape up these holes. Whoa. And then we'll put a special brew into the tank for about 3 hours, including some media to agitate and knock all the surface rust off. When I'm doing rust removal, I always like to use a neutralizer. So once I'm happy with the tank, that gets drained out, neutralizing agents gets put in and rinsed through, and then flushed thoroughly with fresh water and then dried. You'll want to, once it's dry, just give it a fog of WD-40 or CRC in the tank, just to stop that surface rust coming back immediately. Long story short, it's a two-man job to get the parabon out. So we'll do that in episode 3, where we'll also replace the hydraulic fluids and a few other little jobs. Stick around and I'll catch you in episode 3.
If you like this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, follow us on the Facebook.